Let's starts now the final episode of series, the end of the merger. The king of curses is a puddle of black sludge, gasping his final breaths in the dirt. But the nightmare Kenjaku set in motion didn't die with him. Above the ruins of Shinjuku, the sky has cracked open like an eggshell. The merger. The forced evolution of every non-sorcerer in Japan into a single monstrous entity is beginning to descend. It is a creature of white light and infinite eyes, a god made of 100 million stolen souls. Yuji Itadori is broken, Megumi Fushiguro is barely conscious, and the world is seconds away from being erased. But as the white light begins to consume the horizon, a single familiar chime echoes through the air. The battle for the future isn't over. It's just reaching its final, soul-stirring conclusion. Welcome to the series finale of Jujutsu Kaisen. When the dust settles, who will be left to tell the story? Scene 1. The Final Stand. The episode opens with the merger creature descending. Its presence is so overwhelming that the buildings beneath it simply disintegrate into dust. Yuji stands up, his legs shaking, his body covered in scars that will never heal. He looks at the monster and then at the unconscious Megumi. "I'm not letting you take anyone else," Yuji whispers. He prepares to sacrifice his own soul to stop the merger, but a hand stops him. It's Megumi Fushiguro. He is pale, his eyes are red from crying, but he is standing. Behind them, the survivors emerge from the rubble. Nikizinen, Panda, Inamaki, and a heavily bandaged Yuta Akatsu, who has successfully returned to his original body via Shoko's miracle surgery. They aren't the strongest anymore. They are just a group of friends who refuse to give up. Together, they channel their remaining cursed energy into a single, massive barrier to hold back the merger's descent. Scene 2. The Soul Retrieval. The animation shifts into a surreal, dreamlike sequence. To stop the merger, Yuji and Megumi must enter its core, the Sea of Souls. Inside, they see the faces of everyone Japan has lost. They see the innocent people of Shibuya, the sorcerers of the past, and their own fallen friends. Yuji uses his soul research to talk to the collective consciousness of the merger. He doesn't fight it with slashes. He fights it with empathy. He shows the entity, the memories of Satoru Gojo's smile, Nobara's laughter, and Nanami's quiet strength. He explains that evolution isn't about becoming one perfect being. It's about the beauty of individual, flawed lives. The merger begins to vibrate. The souls inside start to reject the fusion, choosing to return to the cycle of reincarnation rather than becoming a monster. The giant creature begins to dissolve into millions of white cherry blossom petals that rain down over the ruins of Japan. Scene 3. The death of Ryoma and Sukuna. Back on the ground, the white petals fall in the sludge that was once Sukuna. He is dying, his ego finally shattered. Yuji walks over to him one last time. There is no anger in Yuji's eyes, only a deep, profound silence. "You could have been more, Sukuna," Yuji says. Sukuna looks up at the sky, watching the petals fall. For the first time, he doesn't sneer. He looks at Yuji and sees a reflection of the man he could have been if he hadn't chosen the path of a curse. "Perhaps," Sukuna rasps. His form turns into gray ash and blows away in the wind. The king of curses is gone, not with a bang, but with a whisper. The culling game is officially over. Scene 4. The memorial 1 month later. The scene transitions to a beautiful, sun-drenched cemetery. It has been 1 month since the Shinjuku incident. Japan is slowly rebuilding. We see Yuji, Megumi, and a fully recovered Nobara Kugisaki who survived her injuries but lost an eye standing before the graves of Satoru Gojo, Choso, and Nanami. The interaction is bittersweet. They laugh about Gojo's ridiculous habits, but their eyes stay moist. Nobara jokes about her cool eye patch, while Megumi talks about his plans to lead what's left of the Zenin clan toward a better path. Yuji places a bunch of flowers on Gojo's grave. "We're okay, Sensei," Yuji says. "The world is still messy, but we're going to make sure it's a world where people can die right from now on." Scene 5. The Legacy of the Cursed. The narrator's voice, the elder Yuji from the future, reflects on the journey. We see flashes of the new generation of students entering the rebuilt Jujutsu High. The system has changed. The higher-ups are gone, replaced by Meiki, Panda, and Shoko. Curses still exist, but they are no longer the secret shame of a nation. Yuji is now a teacher. We see him in a classroom, wearing a hoodie similar to Gojo's but in a humble brown. He is teaching a young student how to control their fear. Curses are born from hearts, Yuji tells the child. So, to beat a curse, you have to take care of your heart first. He looks out the window at the blue sky, sensing a faint, familiar breeze. For a split second, he sees the silhouette of Gojo leaning against the school gate, giving him a thumbs up before vanishing into the light. Scene 6. The final shot, the epilogue. The episode ends with Yuji walking home through the streets of Tokyo. He stops at a convenience store to buy a popsicle, the same kind he used to share with his grandfather. He walks past a group of teenagers laughing, a young couple holding hands, and an old man feeding birds. The world is normal. The world is beautiful. Yuji reaches his apartment and opens the door. Megumi and Nobara are already there, arguing over what to order for dinner. Yuji smiles, a genuine, radiant smile that reaches his eyes. He looks at the camera and says, "I'm home." The screen fades to white as the words Jujutsu Kaisen, the end, appear in elegant calligraphy. The final credits roll to the sound of the very first ending theme, Lost in Paradise, showing a montage of every character we love throughout the 4 seasons. Final wrap-up. Thank you for the journey. The story of the boy who ate a finger to save a stranger has reached its end. The ultimate message. Strength isn't about how many people you can kill. It's about how many souls you can carry with you. The survivors, Yuji, Megumi, and Nobara, the original trio, are the ones who will build the new world. Gojo's will. Satoru Gojo died so his students could stop being tools and start being human. Thank you to every viewer who followed this series. If you love this ending, smash that like button, subscribe, and share your favorite Jake memory in the comments below. Series finale completed.